Palm Coast family. I'm so happy to join you all again for another journey through God's Word. I have the privilege of presenting to you Psalm 3. Just some quick background on that psalm. For this particular story, the reason why David wrote this psalm is because he's actually fleeing from his life from his son Absalom. So long story short, his son wanted to be king and he set up a whole rebellion against his father David. Now, if you want the full story, you can go to 2 Samuel for that. But we're going to continue on to Psalm chapter 3. So the verse that stuck out to me is verse 5, where it says, we can actually start from verse 3. And in verse 3 it says, "But you, O Lord, are a shield around me. You are my glory, the one who holds my head high. I cried out to the Lord, and he answered me from his holy mountain. I laid down and slept, yet I woke up in safety, for the Lord was watching over me. I am not afraid of 10,000 enemies who surround me on every side." Now, the reason why I chose that verse to go over, sorry, I'm pulling out my notes, is, and the reason why I also brought up the background of the story is so that we can fully understand the significance of this psalm. Now, David is pleading, number one, he's running away from his son, right? He's running for his life. Now, David is pleading with God to protect him. But in verse 5, we see a very interesting part of David's story here. David goes to sleep. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if I'm running away from my child who's trying to kill me, I'm not sleeping. I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm awake, I'm alert at all times. But David was so confident that God was going to protect him that he just went to sleep. Just went to sleep. So as you see right here in verse 5, again, we're going to read, "I lay down and slept, yet I woke up in safety, for the Lord was watching over me." Now, this should be an encouraging word for us, in that when we go through our challenges in life, we need to trust God enough that we can rest, knowing that whatever comes our way, God will cover and sustain us. Don't be afraid, and rest in the covering of God. I know that throughout the week, we always have our challenges that we face, and there are always some attacks that the enemy, throws our way and everything. We always feel like, I can't really make it through. I'm struggling right now. What should I do? God is always there to cover us. If David was able to sleep because he knew God was covering him when his life was at stake, I'm sure we can be able to trust God for the challenges that we face on a daily basis. Not comparing anyone's challenges to David, obviously. We all have our own different challenges that we face. But we need to always remember that throughout any challenge we face, we should be so confident in our trust in God and in his love and covering of us that we should be able to just rest in his presence and in that covering. So that is the word that I brought for you all today. I hope you all got something from it. Just remember that throughout all our challenges in life, we need to have full faith that God knows what he's doing and that he will cover us through it all. And to just rest. All right, you all have a great rest of your week.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope what you heard and what you saw was a blessing to you. For our challenge, I encourage you to think of 5 things that you're grateful for. And I encourage you, if you can, throughout this time to keep a thankful journal, writing each day the 5 things that you're thankful and grateful for. After you've written them down, whether on a journal, on your phone, maybe in a piece of paper somewhere, on a notebook, I encourage you to share those 5 things with someone, whether it be your spouse, your family, your kids, your neighbor, your coworker, on your social media post, and say, hey, these are the 5 things I'm grateful for today. And after you do that, I want you to pray about those 5 things, and throughout the day, thank God for those 5 things. At the same time, we're also doing a challenge of being complaint-free for the next 30 days. If you have a wristband as the ones that we've provided for complaint-free, or maybe just a watch that you wear, and if at any point throughout the day you think of a negative thought or you have a complaint and are ungrateful, what you need to do is switch that band or that watch from one hand to the other. So let's say I have a negative thought. I'm switching the band on my right hand to my left hand. And so now every time I look down and I feel something's missing, I realize that, hey, it's on my other hand because I had a negative thought. Hopefully together, in these 30 days, we can learn to train our minds to not think negatively and to be grateful for all that God has done together.